Should you compete in Jiu-Jitsu tournaments? Does that help you to get better faster? Does that have an impact on your belt promotion? Hi guys, Professor Gustavo here. Today let's talk about Jiu-Jitsu tournaments and how they affect your training. First of all, do you have to compete? No, you don't. I don't know of any gym that requires the students to compete. By the way, competition is not something that's for everybody. Some people don't like the idea of competing, and that's fine. But there are many benefits if you do decide to compete. For example, once you start preparing for a tournament, you start taking your training more seriously. You start pushing yourself harder. You watch your diet because you want to make weight, so you become a little more healthier. You start studying the game a little more. You want to keep up to date with the new trends so you don't get caught with those new moves during the tournament. You also develop a stronger bond with your teammates because now everybody's trying to help each other. Everybody's training hard and pushing themselves. And right after the tournament, you can see right away what's working and what's not. You can evaluate and reflect on your game. Especially if you are one of the best guys in your gym, sometimes you don't test yourself very often in the gym. So when you go to the tournaments, you'll be exposed, you see the holes in your game, because now you're going against people that you have never seen before, have never trained before. They don't know your game and you don't know their games. By the way, competing in tournaments is the original way of cross-training, because back in the day, we couldn't just go to a different gym and train with different people, right? There was a huge rivalry between the gyms, so the only way we could train with different people was going to the tournaments. So all of that is beneficial to your jiu-jitsu, of course. You are just trying to become the best version of yourself. Regardless of the results, winning or losing, most of the benefits are gonna come from that preparation where you really dedicate yourself to jiu-jitsu. So it's very common to see the competitors evolving at a faster rate than the non-competitors because they have that drive, that motivation to keep trying to be the best they can be. They have a goal every time they hit the gym, right? Now, of course, you don't have to compete in order to experience all of that. I know a lot of students that they don't compete, they don't like it, and they're still evolving at a faster pace because they have the same drive, the same dedication and motivation as the competitors. The only advantage of competing is that signing up for a tournament forces you to do that, forces you to work harder and keep trying to be the best you can be. Another common question that I get is, can I get really good at jiu-jitsu without ever competing? And the answer is yes, of course, you can. It all depends on how much you can dedicate yourself to the art. I know some guys that they do very well against high-level competitors. They train on a regular basis with world champions, Pan Am champions, and they hold their own. They got the skills. The only difference is that the competitors have not only the physical skills, but also the mental skills. And that's another great benefit of competing. If you want to be a successful competitor, you gotta learn how to deal with your emotions, how to deal with your nerves, anxiety, fears, how to perform under pressure. And that's a very valuable skills for your everyday life. Of course, you can learn that outside of jiu-jitsu too, but again, competing in tournaments forces you to develop that area that's so important and very often neglected nowadays. Lastly, are you gonna get promoted faster if you win some tournaments? Probably, right? Especially if you're winning big tournaments. There is no questions that you have got the skills, the mental and physical skills, and you're ready to move to the next belt. But let's be clear, your jiu-jitsu skills are not the only thing taken in consideration. You gotta be a person of good character. If you are an asshole at the gym, if you try to hurt your partners, if you treat your family and girlfriend poorly, you won't get promoted. It doesn't matter how many world titles you have or how much money you have. Jiu-jitsu is not a place for assholes, and we should keep that way.